Have you ever sliced an apple, left it out for a while, and noticed it slowly turned brown? It happens so often that most people don't even think about it. But that color change is actually caused by a chemical reaction happening right in front of us. The process is called oxidation. Oxidation happens when certain substances react with oxygen in the air. In apples, when you cut into the fruit, you break open thousands of tiny cells. Inside those cells are enzymes and natural compounds that normally stay separated. But once the apple is exposed to oxygen, those substances begin reacting together. One important enzyme involved is called polyphenol oxidase. When oxygen reaches the inside of an apple, this enzyme speeds up a reaction involving compounds called phenols. The reaction involved creates new brown-colored molecules called melanin. Interestingly, melanins are also pigments found naturally in human skin and hair. In apples, though, they're responsible for that brown color we see after the fruit sits out. So basically, the apple isn't rotting immediately. It is going through a chemical defense reaction triggered by exposure to air. What's even more interesting is that scientists and food companies have found ways to slow this process down. One of the most common methods is using lemon juice. Lemon juice contains citric acid and vitamin C, both of which interfere with oxidation. The acid lowers the pH, making it harder for the enzyme to function, while vitamin C reacts with the oxygen before the apple can. Temperature also matters. Cooling apples down slows the movement of molecules and reduces the speed of the reaction. That's why refrigerated apples stay fresh longer looking than apples left out on the counter. Even water can help temporarily. If apple slices are submerged in water, less oxygen can reach their surface, slowing the browning process. This reaction matters in real life, far beyond just the apples. Oxidation affects many foods we eat every day, including bananas, avocados, and potatoes. In the food industry, understanding oxidation is extremely important because companies want to look fresh for as long as possible. Oxidation also happens outside of food. Rust forming on metal is another type of oxidation reaction. In both cases, oxygen changes the chemical structure of a material over time. What I find really interesting is how such a small, everyday observation connects to such a major scientific concept. Something as simple as a sliced apple can demonstrate chemistry happening in real time. So the next time you see an apple turning brown, you're not just watching fruit change color. You're watching oxidation, enzymes, and chemistry all working together right in front of you. Thanks for tuning in and tune back into the next episode of the podcast.